Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here with
Brandy.
and the critter still. You see Brad wheeling around on the stool in the kitchen. Works out well for him with, until he gets that hip fixed. And he is not sure what he's doing.
I'm putting away some of the groceries we got in.
Oh, what is that?
This is granola.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Sorry.
I got to dig some stuff out of the freezer.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is real life, no censorship here. Yeah, it's like we had so much come in today from I just did a video earlier, which I haven't uploaded. Well, by the time you're watching this, I will have. But we were expecting a pretty big delivery from Chewy, and some from Walmart, and then also some from Amazon. And so, like, we order our granola, our loose granola that we put on top of our yogurt from Amazon, and great big bags of the Splenda blend, the brown sugar. If you guys are bakers and you have diabetics and stuff, is really a great thing to bake with. And they had a great big 3-pound bag for 11 something, which is a great price. But you should have seen it earlier. We had so many boxes. I mean, 5 great big boxes at one time because I had to order a lot of pet stuff. Yes, I still not dyed my hair. But like the 2 great big bags, the dog food, the cat litter, you know, canned food, dry food, treats, all that kind of stuff. That was the biggest order we've ever put in with Chewy, and it was like $250.
Yeah, we spent a lot more on the critters than we did on us.
I know, that's where we spent most of grocery money. This time was on the dog and the cat. But, hey, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys is I've noticed with Chewy and stuff is they will sell refill sizes, refills of certain like dog treats and stuff that are considerably cheaper than having it put in a decorative jar or whatever. Like say I give my dog, I switch them over to dog biscuits, and I can't remember who is making the dog biscuits. It's not O'Roy, it's the other brand.
I was thinking it was Milk-Bone.
Milk-Bone, yeah, that's right. And so I got the smaller size because, that's easier for Jellybean, and I can always give the bigger dogs multiple ones. They came in some different flavors and they were cheaper, but I also like to give them, just excuse it, Brad's trying to get out a package of hot dogs for dinner. He can't. No, you're fine, you're fine. Okay. I just wanted to let them know it's like, we can't do anything about real life noises. But I wanted to quit giving them so many soft treats because it's not really good for their teeth, and it's got a lot of high fat in it. And I don't want these guys because, the big dogs are 10 now, and I don't want them to start putting on a lot of weight because it's really hard on their joints and stuff, especially with Charlie being a Mastiff mix. He, in his hips and stuff. So that's why I switched him over to Prina One Healthy Weight Maintenance. And I also switched their treats. But what I discovered was Milk-Bone makes it's their it's the mural snacks, and it's cheaper to buy them like this. It comes in 2 big bags like this, considerably cheaper than buying the one that comes in the jar, which is the same brand. So, and I mean, they just got a little bit of softness. Okay, now everybody's over here wanting one. Here you go, Charlie. They're like, you open one up, Mom. Here you go, Nick. Here you go, Jellybean. Here you go. You can take that. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's it, guys. I got these to fill up the treats in back because, that's a lot of times when I have to do maintenance work on the dogs, whether the nails or their ears or whatever. But I just want to pass that on to you. So kind of look for stuff of refill sizes. It'll just come in bags like that. But I bet you guys all have containers too, or you just could give them to them out of there, or throw them all in a Ziploc bag. I mean, heck, you can go to Dollar Tree, $1.25 tree, buy a container to put them in if you don't have something. The cat food, I always feed her the Friskies canned, and she'll eat the pate, but normally she likes the gravy. We figure she's old enough, she can have what she wants. She definitely doesn't have any weight problem or anything. And so it was, instead of being in the fancy box, it's just kind of in a plain box that says yum 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 on it all. But it was considerably cheaper. So she only uses a half a can a night because she's a lot dry too. But and I feed her, if anybody wants to know, I feed her the Friskies indoor formula because that's what she reacts to best. And I won't switch her. I don't like to switch to pet food, and I won't switch hers at all because every time I switch her to anything else, number one, she doesn't like it. Number two, it will make her sick. She'll start puking and everything. So I've noticed with all of my cats that if they have any food with a lot of the red dye in it, it seems to make them sick. And that's maybe it's just my cats and stuff. Remember Misty?
Yeah.
When we had a cat named Misty, and any time you gave her any kind of cat food with any kind of red dye in it to dry, she was sicker than anything. So, like I said, Brad's trying to feed the animals and stuff, so we're just gonna have to put up with some little bit of
Extra noises.
Yes, because the dogs were letting us know that usually they eat about 6:30. And, it's getting a little late. Charlie was so famished, he had to go over and eat a whole bunch of it dry. Right, Charlie? Right? Are you okay now? But, you should have seen us. So, like I said, we had so many boxes out here everywhere. And unloading it and stuff. And I was having to do the heavy lifting because it's not that Brad can't do the lifting. It's that Brad can't do the lifting and balance because of his hip and his back. So, you do what you have to do. But we got it knocked out in pretty good time.
Yes, we did.
Everything put away. I like to take and refill my stuff, like my dishwasher pods, and I'm a big one. I like to rotate my stuff so you don't waste it.
Yep. And
like my sugar-free hot chocolate stuff. I mean, that kind of stuff's important. You gotta have you some sugar-free hot chocolate. That's my big thing at night. Is after dinner, you know how some people have coffee and stuff? I have a sugar-free hot chocolate every night. So, I'm going to show you something else that came in, and then I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about, I touched on the subject in the last video a little bit about tender-hearted people and stuff, and then I kind of got off track. Not me. Not me. But anyway, I picked this up. I was looking for something. I wanted to as you guys know, I love to decorate for the seasons and stuff. I like to decorate just plain anyway. So you'll always, whenever you drive by our house, you'll always see a couple of flags out. You'll always see some kind of maybe whimsical or comical thing. Like we still have Zombie Head in the tree, and he lives there year round. Okay, his little hands are right around the tree because his hands have fallen off. He's a zombie, and that happens. And we just have him up there all the time. But I picked this up, and it was a really good price on Amazon too. It was like $13. It was $13.99, and then you got another 10% off or something like that. So it's an interchangeable front door sign, and I thought, okay, great, this was a late night shopping thing, and it's like, this is going to be a teeny tiny thing, but it is not. It is, let's take it out of here. It comes really nicely packaged. It even comes with a hook if you want to use one of these. I don't know, we might. Nice thank you card. These are the interchangeable pieces. It's for seasons. So, but this is a nice big piece. It comes like this, and has a thing to hang it, but what I like, I'm sorry about all the crinkly.
I'm sorry about the noise back here.
No, I'm talking about this. So this is what it looks like, though. And then what you do is you take these pieces, like I said, these are for seasons and stuff, And I think there's 12 pieces in here. I had something like this before. It wasn't as nice as this, but I lost some of the pieces when we moved to Florida. And it was something we had to hang. So, let's see, you have the flag. You got Halloween. I think this is just like summertime. You could use it for football too. It's got the turkey, a snowflake, a football. Let's see. It's got a piece. It's got some that are kind of weird. To me, it says when you made a purchase, we danced a little on our kitchen floor. But it says it's got some pizza, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Happy Birthday. That's kind of cute. Got Christmas, and then it has a paw. So for right now, I think I probably would do just the paw. Don't you?
Yeah.
I'll do the dog paw, and it's got a little magnet here on the back, which matches up with the magnet here on this front right there. So just that does go on there. So it's like that, and you can interchange them. So I thought that was really cool, and I'm gonna hang this. Brad's gonna hang it out front, and then I can just interchange it. But I thought that was really cute, and it's a nice welcome sign. So for $13, I'll take it. You know, I'll take it and be very happy with it. Like I said, I was hoping it might have had a heart or something, but it's not a big deal. Not a game changer.
How do those hook on there?
A magnet.
Oh, okay.
Super strong magnet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably get a sandwich bag to put all these pieces in so I don't lose it. But I just wanted to show you guys that. I was excited about it. You know, that kind of stuff makes a big difference. We have a couple, like, they almost look like, what would you call those heads that we have hanging on the shutter?
Oh, the
like gnome heads or like
troll.
Troll.
Yeah.
Kind of like wooden, like, you know how they have the old troll looking face out of like wood and stuff. Well, we have one that's smiling and one that's scowling, and Brad hung them on up on their ceramic. They're pretty big pieces, but they look really cool out there. So
and they both have places to like put plants or something.
Yeah, if you wanted to put plants, I'm not going to because I don't want the water to run down the front of the trailer. Because it would really grow a lot of mold and stuff from that too. And in fact, we made sure that there was a drainage hole. It's gonna happen anyway when it rains, but or you can put dried flowers if made. You could put your artificial flowers or whatever you want. You know, we don't have it, but maybe you wanted to put a heidetheresa or something in one of the open mouths or whatever. But it's just something that stays out there. I don't know why that kind of stuff is important to me, but you will see little staged displays of this or that in the house, right, hon?
Yeah.
It's just the way I am.
Well, can I speak?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah, usually. I
don't know why you were asking permission, but
yeah,
okay.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay.
But there was a lot of it. There was so much, like in Wyoming, that the wind blew so hard.
That's true.
That there was a lot of that stuff that we just couldn't put.
Yeah. That's very true. There is a lot of that you just couldn't put outside. It would just get destroyed. A lot of times you didn't even make it to your car from Dollar Tree to your car without the wind having taken something out of your hand. Seriously. So, I said I just love that kind of stuff. I just like to know that my home looks neat. It's kind of neat when somebody will be driving by and they have little kids and you can hear the little kids like, wow, or, it's kind of nice. So anyway, what I want to talk about on that subject is tender-hearted people. And see, both Glenn and I were raised with it is not okay for you to be emotional. And I really hate that, especially in this day and age. It's like nobody should be emotional. if you display emotion or anything, somebody's like, well, you're overly emotional. And it's like, no, it's just the way I am, okay? Some people are emotional and some people are very unemotional. But one of the things that I really hate is that we teach boys to not be emotional. A boy should not show any emotion. And then guess what happens? They take that lesson to heart. So when they grow up and they're dealing with their wife or their girlfriend, they will say, well, you're so unemotional. Well, they've been trained that way. They weren't allowed to be themselves. God forbid they'd fall down and cry some because, you were told straight away that, you weren't allowed to do that. Let your child be what they're going to be. I used to always, in my family, I got made fun of a lot because I've always been very tenderhearted. It's just the way I am, and, you know, it used to hurt my feeling because they were making fun of the fact that maybe I was upset, like that my grandmother was going to have you know, a very large tumor remained removed from her skull. And this was so many years ago, let's see, this was probably at least 45 years ago. And we had to go down to Denver. The whole family went. And it was kind of like she wasn't expected to survive the surgery. And she made sure she took all of us grandkids, to an amusement park. We all went out to eat. We all did a lot of things as a family, making those memories. Because, she survived. But, I remember the night before she had surgery, I was in a motel room and I was crying, and my dad was like, "Why are you crying?" and stuff. And I'm like, "Well, because, grandma's gonna have surgery and stuff." Well, why would that matter to you? What? Why would that matter to me? She's my grandmother. I'm the firstborn grandchild. I was firstborn grandchild. I was firstborn granddaughter. I was always very close with my grandmother. Why would that affect me? Gee, I don't know. That's the kind of jacked up stuff in my family. But, and I know, I have some friends that are male that are very tender-hearted and emotional, and they're like, I know I shouldn't be, and it's like, well, why can't you be? Why can't you be? And this whole big philosophy, and it's a big prejudice that a male child would dare be tender-hearted or emotional because then it must mean they're gay. Well, so what if it did? But it doesn't necessarily mean that. But so what if it did? Isn't that being very prejudiced? You're telling them they can't be the way they are? You can't, I mean, you're telling them they can't be the way they are. They can't feel the way they do. It's okay for their sister or whatever to react the same way and be upset, but they can't be. And I just hate that. It's just, you should let people just be who they are. I have friends that are very emotional, or much even more emotional than I am. It depends on the subject and what's going on in their life. And then you have people that aren't nearly, or don't at least display as much emotion. Brad has probably in the last year or so displayed more emotion to me than our entire marriage, don't you think?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, the subject will always make Brad tear up and sometimes openly weep is his grandmother. We both sit there and still cry to this day. We're talking about her and stuff because we both loved her so much. I had a big old cry thinking about her the other day. We and it's like we keep thinking we're to the point where we're not going to cry about her. But we both loved her so much. But, he was taught as a child, don't you dare, don't you dare. And if you fall and you scrape up your knee, don't you dare. Well, okay. And then you have this man who, um, you know, it doesn't express emotion.
That's why I patterned myself after Mr. Spock.
Yeah, well, you did. I broke that.
Yes.
I broke that. But I just wanted to touch on that stuff. I've always been really ashamed that I've been emotional. I mean, I don't cry at the drop of a hat, and so what if I did? But and I have friends that do. But so what? So what? Let that be my biggest fault in life. That I maybe care too much. That maybe I am horrified at some of the things I see as a society doing. I'm horrified at the amount of young people that are being buried or cremated due to gun violence and drugs. That is heartbreaking to me. I mean, and I guess you're exposed to more of that because there's more live streaming of funerals on YouTube and stuff, especially with the pandemic and people not being able to make it to funerals.
What about the number of young people, the suicides?
I didn't even think, yeah, and yeah, the suicide rate has actually risen across the board, but especially with young people because of the pandemic and stuff too. I know everybody's sick and tired of being stuck at home, and I ordered some new masks last night. They kind of come to a point out this way, so I think it'll give you actually more breathing room. Um, And I'll let you know when they come in. And 'cause I wanted some masks that were a little bit easier to breathe in and stuff because Brad's gonna be up at the hospital, and he'll need to wear one when other people are in the room and stuff. I'm gonna have to wear one when I'm going up there to be with him and stuff, and he's gonna have physical therapy and everything. And I kind of was not too worried about having too many masks because I thought this is kind of dying down. When we all got vaccinated, I thought, okay, this is kind of dying down. I mean, a lot of us thought everything was going to turn back to normal. And now it's like, no, I don't think it is. And, but the price of these were just, you can tell that there's people starting to really panic again. I heard from a friend of mine that, she's another YouTuber on here, that the reason there's such a shortage in a lot of the stores on just normal products is I guess some in California, and I'm not certain this is all true. So this is just what I heard. I have not investigated it. That there's something about the truck drivers and not being vaccinated, or something being held back because of some new environmental, you know, protocol, because of the uh, virus and everything. So and then also people are buying a lot of stuff. We talked about that. But, and I guess I want to stand corrected a little bit. I was saying about how I didn't think people need to keep prepping and stuff. And then I think, well, I'm kind of talking out my ass in a way because you guys see me I buy enough stuff. I overbuy for my pets. I'll admit that. I have never let one of my pets go hungry a single day in their life. We will cut way back where we're eating ramen, but those dogs and stuff are still eating their normal food. And the same way with the cat. Uh, so I do have a tendency, I normally buy for at least 6 weeks to 2 months at a time for the animal. Because I like to make sure, and there's some months when maybe you're a little tighter on money, and you're like, okay, well, we got at least a good, I got at least a good couple of weeks before I'd even have to almost worry about their dog food. So, right? Jellybean, did you just have dinner? You did? So, I want to stand corrected on that because I do make sure that we have, that kind of stuff. And I should have checked. I went and bought laundry detergent and fabric softener, and I always buy the same kind, and I had a whole complete set of the same sitting there in the laundry room. But now we got plenty for about 3 months at least.
At least.
At least. So, oh well. It's the same kind you use all the time. Now you can tell why I do. It must be a good price, huh, hon?
Yep.
It's like, oh, same kind of laundry detergent buys all the time.
Yep.
So I just want to stand corrected on that. Sometimes I gotta sit and think about what am I really doing. No, I'm not going in the store and clearing out shelves. But I don't think any one person went in there and cleared out the shelf anyway. I think, people maybe if they buy 2 cans of coffee per month, maybe they're buying 4. Well, I get that. And I get the panic thing too, because you think, gee, here I am standing here at the shelf, and this shelf that's normally full has got 1 item left on it. So I better too get what I can get while I can get it. And I know a lot of us are feeling that way. So I just want to stand corrected. So please forgive me for speaking out my ass. I didn't mean to. Every so often, we're all human, and it's like, what the hell was I talking about? Like that, I just made sure that my dogs have at least food for next couple of months. Um, on dry and stuff. And the cat, she's got almost 3 months worth of food right there.
Yeah.
On her can. Like I said, if I buy 40 can pack, she only eats a half a can at a night. So, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys that. I just wanted to kind of talk about being tenderhearted, and some of us are not built to take a lot of stress. And I'm finally even admitting to Brad, it's like, hey, I'm at my limit here. My plate's a little full, and I'm a little stressed out, and it's not anything horrible or anything, guys. It's just, we all get to that point. And as we age, and as our spouse ages, or family members age, what are you doing, honey?
Oh, just trying to get dinner going.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be quiet.
No, it's okay. Just go ahead and you could maybe even laugh about it and go, now you're going to have the crinkling of...
Yeah.
Saturday nights, we don't do a healthy dinner, okay? I'm just being blunt. Brad's making pigs in a blanket and french fries. Because also, we're very sore from getting the groceries earlier. So,
Yep.
we had to go lay down and take a nap. And, and then, yeah, so we just, Saturday nights, we usually have pizza. But we don't have the stuff for pizza. And I don't want to spend any more money right now. So... Because we also had to pick up prescription.
I could have made pizza crust earlier, but...
Well, I didn't know if we had enough cheese, and...
Yeah.
Well, I know, but we were a little busy earlier.
Oh, that's true.
Putting away all that dog food and all the groceries and stuff, so... But, it's okay to say, hey, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Hey, I'm doing the best I can. Hey, because I'm not complaining, but I do have a lot on my plate, because Brad's disability, right now, I have to do more stuff. Because he can't stand and lift stuff and balance is the problem. It's not that he can't lift stuff. Yes, that hurts his back, but it's the balance issue. So, I mean, there's the 2 of us, and, yeah, my arms and stuff are killing me, but, we gotta do it. So, and sometimes I feel kind of overwhelmed by stuff. I've always been that way, though. It doesn't, and not just now, but I've always been that way, where I don't take a lot of stress. I'll take it for the moment, and then I'm gonna lose my stuff when it's over. All right, hon?
Yeah.
Like in the moment of crisis, I will perform beautifully. And then as soon as it's over, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And well, I have to say, unless it's one of them, like if Brad has a crisis, I'm gonna do a little bit of a freaky deaky and kind of, be there with the deer in the headlight look for a minute. Because it's just like my first reaction is like, oh my God, and it's like when he's falling and stuff, and you just kind of want to lose it. But, it's okay to say, hey, I'm doing my best, I'm at my limit, I'm a little stressed out, so we don't have to act like we can handle everything, we don't need anybody. That's how I was trained. I was raised. You don't ever tell anybody you need any help. You handle everything yourself. You keep all your emotions bottled up inside. So then you're taught that too. My mother, instead of dealing with any kind of, if I came home and said so and so was picking on me at school, she would turn to me and say, "Well, you must have done something to deserve it," and then, leave me to be there with a plate of cookies. So I learned early on that that was my soothing thing, was food, and it's a hard habit to get over, and I work on it all the time. And I have good periods and then I have periods where I'm not doing so great. And like all of us during the holiday period, now it's like getting solely back on train is a little difficult. I just want to eat a lot of sugar, and that's always been my downfall. Is I want to eat a lot of sweets. I mean, you know, but you can't do that. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys that it's okay to say you're stressed out. It's okay to say you can't handle stuff. It's okay to say I need some help. I need some help. This is overwhelming. Because maybe you're not going to get that help from your family, but maybe you can get it from, friends, or get it from, maybe a social worker if you're elderly and stuff. So, anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm not making a video tomorrow. I'll get one Monday. Monday's a holiday. It's Martin Luther King Day, so if you're thinking about doing banking and all that kind of stuff, all that stuff is closed, or most of them, I think, are closed Monday. So enjoy your 3-day weekend. So anyway, love you guys, and yes, one of these days I am gonna color this again. I just haven't yet. So right, Charlie, are you better now? You got fed? Was it hard on you? Cause you weren't never gonna get fed. Hi, Jellybean. It was hard on him. He didn't think he was ever gonna get fed, right, Charlie? You're like, you guys brought all this food in, and now you're never gonna give it to us.
Now you're cheesing me.
Yeah, right, Charlie? He still will bring out his dog food mouth by mouthful. He'll take the giant mouthful and he'll spit it all on the carpet, dry, and then he'll eat it piece by piece. But if we wanted to eat some with him, he'd let us. He used to do that. We had CJ, that beagle, before she passed away. He'd bring out the biggest mouthful, and then he'd spit it out on the carpet. She'd come over and help him eat it. Charlie, it's nice of you to share.
He was always willing to share.
He was. He's a good boy, aren't you, Charlie? So, anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Tomorrow we're just going to be hanging out. Tomorrow is a day we try not to do too much, and I bet you to anything, Monday I'll probably be telling you how sore we were Sunday, because my shoulders and my biceps are like not calling me some nice names. They're like, "What were you doing?" And it's like, just what needs to be done. Why do you think I order, when I shop online, I order the heavy stuff because it's brought to my front door. That way we don't have to try and lug it up those stairs, which would be impossible about now. So, you have anything to say?
Nope. Sounds like you got it all covered, sweetie.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys have a good evening and do something fun. Do something for you, and reach out to other people. Just let them know you're there and that you're thinking of them. So, say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.